Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know, I'm waiting for a few more folks for the connecting to audio ... to disappear. Okay, looks like the last one has disappeared. All right, well, it looks like there's about 20 of us on the Zoom right now. We're expecting a lot more folks to stroll in. So as we're doing that, I'll just kind of introduce myself, or I'll give it a few minutes. Maybe while we wait, someone can tell us or chat where if they think they are the Zooming from the farthest. I've heard there's some international folks on this Zoom, so not that you'll win anything, but you'll win bragging rights that you're coming from afar. I heard Honduras might be on the line. Anyone? Nobody? All right, well, we'll keep waiting because it's only 4:01. And I'll go ahead and start to screen share. I should probably put this on speaker. Actually, you know what? I will stop screen sharing because I want to see folks when we do introductions. Let's just do introductions. I am Jonaiva Fawcett. I am the Assistant Dean for Diversity, Inclusion, Community, and Equity. Welcome to, yeah, I can say this, our first virtual open house that we are co-sponsoring with the Office of Admissions. You've got probably, what, 10 or so of us who work at Gonzaga, and I'll have everybody introduce themselves. We'll start with our admissions partners. Yesenia, go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Yesenia. I'm the Assistant Director of Admission here, and so we're super excited to have you over. I usually work with students from the California Bay Area as well as Central Washington, so if we have any of you guys from Central Washington or the Bay Area, I'm your admission counselor.
Alexa.
Hi everyone, I'm also an admission counselor here at Gonzaga, and I work with students in Southern California and Southern Idaho.
Kenji.
Hey everybody, my name is Kenji. I'm actually originally from Spokane, but I work with our international students. So I work with students in Latin America, Europe, Africa, and then I also work with the state of Alaska and Wyoming. And I was a member of different DICE programs as a student, so I'm excited for you all to see what's going to be happening today.
Moving over to my DICE colleagues, SR.
Let me unmute myself first. Hi everybody, my name is SR and I work in UMEC and I am a program manager for intercultural development. So I get to work with a lot of our dialogue programs and our student staff, including the student staff who work in the hall. So I can't wait to talk with you all more.
Ronnie.
Hi everyone, my name is Ronnie. I am one of the program coordinators for mentoring. I work primarily with the Bridge program, which is a pre-orientation program for underrepresented first-year students, and you're going to hear all about it. So I hope y'all end up enrolling in Bridge.
Marjan.
Hi everyone, my name is Marjan. I work in DICE. I'm the office assistant. I support a lot of the programs through it and the program managers in the office. And I'd love to see all the friendly, smiley faces in the fall.
Fonzie.
Hello everyone, my name is Fonzie. I am the other program coordinator for mentoring, and I primarily work with the Access Scholarship, and I also assist with Ronnie with the Bridge program.
Matthew.
Hi, I am Matthew Barkus. I am the program manager for LGBTQ+ education and support. So I do a lot of our student development initiatives around sexual orientation and gender identity, including programming, trainings, and managing the Lincoln LGBTQ+ Resource Center, and I'm happy to be here.
And last but not least, Deb.
Hi all, I'm Deb Ellis, and I am the program manager within the UMEC Center for Social Justice Programs.
All right, thank you. I'll just quickly review the time that we have together. So we'll be all together for the next 10 minutes or so, so that I can give you an overview of what DICE includes, and then we'll do breakouts, kind of identity specific, one for first generation students, one for LGBTQ+ students, one for students of color, And then folks can also stay in the main Zoom. If you identify with multiple, you're kind of welcome to go wherever you want. We're not going to run a test in any sort of way, so feel free to go where you feel most called. Those Zoom links should have already been sent to you all, but in case you get lost after this and not sure where to go, I've put them in the chat function right there. And let's just get started. Oh, I do want to let everybody know that we are recording all of the sessions, including this one. So if you are not able to go to one session, but you want to check it out, those will be available to you. All right, and feel free to use the chat function if you have a question or a comment while I go through this very quick overview. I will be relatively quick and general because, again, you'll have a lot of opportunity to ask follow-up questions in the breakouts. All right, so we are DICE, stands for Diversity, Inclusion, Community, and Equity, and we encompass two centers: the Unity Multicultural Education Center, which we refer to as UMAC for short, and then the Lincoln LGBTQ+ Resource Center. And this doesn't seem to, okay. I always like to reference the university mission statement whenever we do a presentation, because you will hear it a lot if you do come to Gonzaga. We take a lot of pride in it. Specifically, there's parts that get quoted a bunch. This one specifically, we're all about cura personalis, right? Like care for the whole person. So how we define that intellectually, spiritually, culturally, physically, and emotionally. Purposely underline the word culturally here because it was a recent addition just a few years ago, and it was actually led by student leaders who felt like the words there weren't encompassing of everything that they were and really wanted to highlight cultural. That's kind of where DICE comes in. This quote also gets highlighted a lot around, we're all about the dignity of the human person, social justice, diversity, intercultural competence, global engagement, solidarity with the poor and vulnerable, and care for the planet. So hopefully those things matter to you because they certainly matter to us. So what do we actually do, or why do we do it? UMAC and the Lincoln Center both really emerged to provide a safe space and support system for historically underrepresented and traditionally marginalized student groups. We've been around for quite a long time, 15 to 20 plus years for both of the centers, and in that time, really our purpose has also expanded and evolved so that we are also outreaching and educating all students in their social identity development, their cultural fluency, their connection to social justice, right? So while it's a dual purpose, because we really believe that cultural fluency is a necessary skill set to navigate this world successfully. So it's really easy to remember kind of what we do because we like to use the 1, 2, 3 phrasing. One department, that's DICE, 2 centers, UMAC and the Lincoln LGBTQ+ Resource Center, and 3 pillars: mentoring, programming, and intercultural development. You may have noticed some of my colleagues introduce themselves in terms of what pillar they oversee. So under mentoring is our bridge program, which would be open to all of you as folks who have underrepresented identities, and you should get an invitation in the mail if you haven't already. And then we also have an Act 6 Leadership and Service Scholarship that has already passed, but we wanted you to know that this is something that we also include in our services and programs. So programming wise, we offer a lot of fun co-curricular activities that are also educational and complement what you might be learning in the classroom or maybe not learning in the classroom. We show films, we bring speakers to campus, we have kind of art and activism events, and then our most popular is probably diversity monologues. It attracts 300 to 400 students and showcases spoken word talent and a lot of personal stories. Pillar 3, intercultural developments, is kind of the deeper dive, right? So we have been working with our faculty colleagues to actually get this in the classroom. It's also offered as a co-curricular opportunity where we basically take a small group of students around a social identity such as race or gender or socioeconomic status. We get half of them who are, let's say, majority white, underrepresented, and then through anywhere from 10 plus weeks, they engage in dialogue and activities so that we're truly educating students around how to dialogue across difference. In addition to your resident advisors, since there is a 2-year on-campus living requirement, you will be living in the residence halls more than likely, and you'll have your resident advisor, and you'll also have a social justice peer educator. There's one assigned per residential block. They are an additional support system and will be facilitating workshops and programs in the residence halls. And then lastly, as soon as you get here, we're also encouraging you to get out of the Gonzaga University bubble. There's plenty of presentations and conferences and professional development opportunities out there. So if you want to attend a conference that's diversity related, maybe even do research or present, there is funding available to you. The Lincoln LGBTQ+ Resource Center does all of those pillars as well, but obviously with a LGBTQ+ focus through alumni mentoring, through speakers. We host just recently our Lavender graduation for our graduating seniors and graduate students. And then what you may have heard of as like safe space at other campuses, we refer to it as sexuality and gender equity SAGE certification here on our campus. So we are also helping raise the cultural fluency of our colleagues, staff and faculty around how to be better allies to the LGBTQ+ community. And this could not be possible. Sorry, I'm shifting through these slides quickly. This would not be possible without our students, right? We're very student-centered, very student-driven. We support the cultural clubs, specifically those that opt into the Unity Alliance. They're all listed here. If you don't see a club that resonates with you, it's fairly easy to start a club as well. So a lot of students find community that way. And then again, we also employ about 35 or so students in various leadership positions. So again, we could not do this work without our students often leading the way. This is the many ways that you can get a hold of us on social media, via email. Use that old-fashioned phone. So that is pretty much the very quick rundown of DICE. If you didn't get most of that, that's okay, because again, you will be able to ask all of my colleagues in the various breakout sessions. And I will once again put the Zoom links on the side here so that you can opt into going into the first gen one, the LGBTQ+ one, or the students of color one. And then at 5 p.m., folks can all go into the financial aid session if they so choose. So I think that's my cue to bounce, because I will be co-facilitating the students of color one. But my colleagues Marjan and not sure which one of the admissions, maybe all of them. Oh, Alexa, thank you. We'll be hanging out in this main room if you want to hang out here, have some more general questions. And I'm seeing my colleague Ronnie. So we will see you, or Ronnie and I at least, will see you in the students of color one. Okay, bye.
For any of you still wondering, if you guys are still trying to find a link, let us know if there's a presentation that you wanted to attend, and we'll share with you the link in case you're still wanting to get access to that. If not, go ahead and exit out of this one. We'll be here if you have any questions, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the presentations.
And I know one or two of you just hopped in at this point. This session will stay open, but you want to head towards one of the 3 breakout sessions. Those will be starting in the next couple of